trip. First one is on transportation. So there are so many options. You should be ready to take big boats and small boats. Once you're decided on alternative travel, you should be open to this. All sorts of boats. This one is in Gihalok Port. Gihalok Port is in Caramoan. This is in Caramoan, in Camarines Sur. These are arriving people in Caramoan. And don't be afraid to try new things. So this one is I think my third Roro ride. This one is my third already. But the first time, nung first time, I was hindi naman shocked, but it was really something new. You've got all these people running around, and then, kasi pa naman yung first time ko na sumakay ng Roro, muntik nang tumaob yung barko. Kasi we were caught in the middle of Milenio. Ganyan. In Typhoon Milenio. And then we were the ship was already near, the ferry was already near the port in Calapan. We were going to Mindoro. And then all of a sudden, talagang talagang gaganon na siya. So parang talagang na-shock lang talaga ako. Although we quickly got over it as we were stuck in Mindoro. It was mas nainis pa, na-stranded kami sa Mindoro for 15 hours because the whole town of Calapan was flooded. Nalubog na yung buong town ng Calapan. Nakalimutan na agad namin yung takot namin na muntik na kami mamatay dun sa Roro. Napalitan na lang ng boredom, ng ganyan. So, but don't be afraid to try new things. Kasi marami din siyang reward. You get to meet new people, you get to experience new things. After all, it's the experience that you're after for. Because it's an adventure after all. So, this is me when I still had my hair. So, this one is, we're going to Nueva Vizcaya. We're going to the Kapisaan Caves. And then we were supposed to ride a non-stop bus from Victory, which will bring us all the way to Solano. But one of our friends couldn't make it on time because there was this shit in his office and couldn't get out. So and then this friend of ours, he was with us through every step of the planning stage. We could have just left him. Pero sabi namin, hindi natin pwede gawin to, sama-sama natin pinlano to, sama-sama tayong aalis. So we waited for him. Ang ETA namin dapat, we were supposed to leave ng Victory Station ng 9 p.m. Dumating siya 3 a.m. And all we could get were connecting stuff from Manila to Cabanatuan to San Jose, then eventually San Jose to Solano. So we found ourselves in this very, very small bus. So ito yung bus na yun. Then when you're preparing for your trip, you should pack the right stuff. So for example, if bring the right gear, I think last Holy Week we decided to seek out the Palawi Islands, but our greater intention was to seek out the Babuyan Islands. So we were really packed for adventure. We were bringing backpacks, we had food with us, we had cook sets and tents and all these stuff. We had a knife to protect ourselves. So this is my standard backpack. And then whenever you go backpacking, sana man lang you have a backpack. Yeah. No. First time, my friend from high school, I tagged him along. Let's go. Kasi there was a sale around 2 years ago. Sabi ko, let's go to Kota Kinabalu. Then ako nang gagawa lahat kasi talagang tourist siya talaga eh. Their family is a bunch of tourists and all they do are tourist trips to canned destinations. Then may sale sa AirAsia. Let's go to Kota Kinabalu. So it's backpacking to. Sabi ko sa kanya, don't worry, I'll do all the research, ganyan. I even made a primer for him na meron siyang mga reminders on what to pack and stuff and like that. I'm that way when traveling. Pero sabi ko sa kanya, basta promise me that you'll bring a backpack. No matter how small or no matter how big, promise me that you'll bring a backpack. He turns up at the airport sporting a duffel bag. Yung mga parang duffel bag na pang gym, ganyan. Na tapos, buhat ko yung bag niya, ang god! Sabi ko sa kanya, we're only going for around 5 days. Ano naman ito? Tapos, meron siyang 2 pairs ng shoes. Tapos, how can you even think that you're gonna bring 2 pairs of shoes? It's kasi it's gonna match with my shirt, ganyan. Whatever. Sabi ko sa kanya, ngayon pa lang, pagsisiyan mo to. So parang ayun na, dumating na kami sa, we didn't make any reservations kasi dun sa Kota Kinabalu, kasi sabi namin, we'll wing it. We'll just wing it when we get there. It's not the tourist season anyway, so we're bound to find something that's going to be comfortable and affordable at the same time. So pagdating namin dun, siguro yung pangalawang nakita namin na guest house, or parang pang backpacker na yun, I was already sold. Na parang, wow, may aircon siya, then it had 3 beds and dalawa lang kami, ganyan. Tapos may sarili siyang CR because most guest houses would have shared bathrooms, may roommates ka pa, ganyan. And then we were only gonna pay for around 250 pesos each. So parang murang-mura na siya. Pero sabi niya, no, let's look for other places. Let's look for other places. Then sige, okay lang naman, magana naman backpack ko. Sabi ko, ikaw, hindi, kaya ko pa to. Mamaya, after siguro, we went around looking for around 8 hostels and guest houses. And each and every time, he wanted to see the room, which is just right. But when you're bringing a duffel bag, and all of a sudden, iakit mo siya ng stairs, then bababa mo siya mamaya, naglalakad siya, ba't ako sumama dito? And yung mga ganon. So, whenever you're gonna do backpacking, sana, bring a backpack. Because it's gonna really, it's a really, really big effort to bring other kinds of bags. Especially kung pupunta ka sa talagang mga far-flung places, then yung meron yung hinihila pa. That's the worst. That's the worst. Okay pa yung duffel bag. Pero yung hinihila yung mga kakalak, yung mga Samsung, that's the worst. You should pack for adventure. So if you're going for an adventure tour, this lady over here is sitting there. So, this one is in Pulag. This is in campsite 1. So she's wearing a really fluffy jacket and this bonnet and gloves. And nakakatawa siya minsan kasi, especially when you're looking at new pictures of Pulag and you've never been to Pulag and you don't know people who've been there. So parang pag nakita mo, is there such a place in the Philippines na you'll be forced to wear all these clothing? Na parang talaga it's puzzling, na parang sasabihin nila, bumababa dyan ng 5 degrees, 4 degrees, sometimes 0 pa nga. First time that I went to Mount Pulag, it rained hail. And dun pa lang, naglalakad pa lang kami, about 15 minutes into the trail, it rained hail. So parang at first, I was the expedition leader then. Then I was ahead of the whole group. Then something hit me at the back. Tapos I thought that one of my friends threw a stone at me. Sabi ko, putang na sino yan? Tapos I realized, pagkatalikod ko, lahat sila, aray! Tapos sabi namin, umuuli ng yelo! Tapos sabi namin, pare ko, pwede na tayo umuwi. Just for the experience, for the first time in my life, in a tropical country, it was raining ice. It wasn't snow, but still, it was ice. So, you should wear the appropriate clothing. This is in Siquijor. There is this really funny na sign. I could have posted another picture but this one really struck me, no? Kasi talagang I couldn't stop laughing kasi yung girl looked like a man. Laki ng shoulders niya, sa kapal ng niya. So parang, ano to? So sabi ng mga ibang friends na nakita ko ng picture, sabi nila, bakit ba yung mga ganito dito? Naku, ano naman sila? Parang maggalit yung mga members ng third sex, ganyan. Hindi, babae yan, gago. So this was in, this is in the entrance of a church in Siquijor. Siquijor is one of those places that is not visited that much because of all the misconceptions. But Siquijor is a really beautiful island. It's a really beautiful island. It's a special energy to it, that island. And this place is about 2 hours inland already. And then there's this really magnificent church. And this is at the entrance. So parang, this is at the entrance na bawal yung naka-short shorts, bawal naka-pala, bawal naka-sleeveless, ganyan. And then this goes to whatever destination that you're going to. If you're going to a Muslim country and if you're going to a mosque, you respect the practices that are being done in the mosque. if you're going to a temple, if you're going to a Buddhist temple, you should practice. And ignorance is not an excuse. It is the role of the responsible traveler, it is the role of the traveler to know in the first place, to know ahead of time what the protocol is. Na pag dun pala sa Thailand, bawal pala yung tinuturo mo yung paa mo. Bawal pala yung pinapoint mo yung feet mo sa kanila. Or bawal din yung pinapakita mo yung sole ng feet mo. Bawal din yung hinahawakan yung forehead nila. And if you're a woman, you should never ever touch the monks. So, to us, it seems absurd, di ba? Na ba't ganun? Pero, when you travel, the great thing about traveling is that it broadens your perspective.